What it is, yo? What's up? so, um, welcome everybody. It's your boy Los Angeles Havoc, aka Tato, the high priest of the Hunter Gang himself. And we at the end of the season. Sort of. So, I'm doing this segment, this stream, one, to get some gameplay in for the end of the season, get caught up on some shit, but we're also going to recap information that got released that's been circulating this week. You know, we got the Season 22 Artifact preview. We got an update to the state of the game from Joe Blackburn. Won't spend too much time on that particular subject just because I already did a video on it. But they did release an article where the points he was talking about was outlined via text. So I will link that in the description below. I'm gonna go over the TWAB for this week, and I think that's all the recap stuff I need to do. So for starters, as far as weekly stuff, if you need some reputation for any of the playlist activities, which we are going to I think we're going to start working on. It's double rep right now. It's double gains on reputation for all the playlists. Playlists are right up here: Vanguard playlists, Gambits, and Crucible. So if you need rep for any of those, now is the time. Between now and Reset Tuesday. Probably, again, best bet, try to get it all done by Monday night. Because, Tuesdays, they probably going to kick us out early for the update. Obviously, last week of Eververse for this season. So if you got items that you want to either get for silver or, that bright dust, then you'll want to make sure that you head up to Eververse to get all that done. Let's take a look and review what's there for bright dust, at least. So we got the Peace by the Water emote, a little cool emote, just sitting there fishing. We got the Scrivener's Skipper. Oh, that's a good one, Henrique. Thank you. So Scrivener's Skipper. She got one I was missing this week. Okay, cool. We got the Resurrected Shadow Transmat effect. We'll do that one more time so you can see it. A little bit of resonance there. We got the Atmospheric Glow Shader. And that is from Season of Opulence, actually. So, I believe that's probably a rare one to find, especially if you came in Shadowkeeper later. There is Butterbark, which is from Season of Arrivals. Probably another rare one. And then other Bright Dust offerings for the week. We got the Circling Sharks emote. Pretty cool emote there. We got ornament for the Blight Ranger helmet, Olmsted's Downfall. This actually looks pretty poppin'. This is probably one of the coolest ghost shells I've seen in a bit. Digital pet shell. For those who was into the Tamagotchis and all that shit from back in the day. Definitely a nice little throwback. So, actually, I kind of want to cop this and I kind of don't. But it does hit me in the nostalgia for sure. Bungie, I need a Hive Ghost shell. Okay? Don't hold back. Especially if next season is going to be as off the chain as I think it is. Don't hold out on me. Y'all gave me a Hydra shell. I need that Hive Ghost shell. Straight up. Facts. Alright, moving on. We got the JJ2 Research Rover. Pretty dope Sparrow. And Sonya, I swear, if I can get Scylla, if I can get lore accurate Scylla in game, I'll be so happy. The Sparrow blows bubbles, so the value I feel like is there. Bulls. um, yeah, can't take me anywhere. Got the rapid response ship. Nice little trail. Let me tell y'all how bad I am, chat. I recorded this already, and I did not get a chance to actually make the video. I mean, that would be like an in-game reference to Neptuno for me. Wait, like if the shell, or is there something else? Ooh, Outrunner. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. This is the ornament for the Arbalest. This was actually a fan designed ornament set in terms of artwork. A community artist actually did this artwork. I believe it was Stellar State Logic. I got both ships this week. Nice. But yeah, I think I want to get my information correct. So, Stellar State Logic Arbalest. Yep, it was Stellar State Logic. They are a community artist, and I'll actually throw up their Twitter there, because they deserve all the flowers for this design work. This is dope. And we support community artists out here. Then we got the side-eye ghost projection. I've never actually been a fan of ghost projections, but I do appreciate this one just because side-eyes is one of my favorite emotes. So yeah, if your ghost is the type to give your guardian the side-eye, then that's definitely for you. We got the 44 steel shader from Forsaken Era. So hold on, something's shooting me. Oh, if I die, I die. It's fine. Of course, Butterbark. And we got Laguna Cruiser, which is from Season of the Hunt, I believe. That's the icon. And I'm getting roasted right now. Then we got from Argent Terratorn. Now, I believe this is from Haunted. I'll never take off my coffee mug ghost projection. I feel you. I feel like I would be into ghost projections if I found something that was quintessentially me. But I just haven't found it yet. But yeah, this shader is Argent Terratorn, and it's from season of the Haunted. Next, we got the Cabal entrance transmat effect from gotta say, I don't know if this is from this is from Season of the Worthy, I believe. Then we got Cannon Fodder from Season of Plunder. As you recall, that was the space pirate theme, so only appropriate that we get a shooting out of the cannon transmat effect. And of course, Resurrect the Shadow, which we went over. And then of course, if you're into these, you get the Concentrated Matter Gem, which allows bosses to drop an upgrade module when they're defeated. Then you got the Glimmer Shard, which defeated bosses have a chance to create a shower of glimmer. You know what I mean? But you know how I feel about glimmer. Next up, we're going to talk about 801. 801 does shaders. Now, the cool thing about 801 selling shaders is that a good couple of times she sells rare shaders from like I think year 1 and year 2. Things like faction shaders and stuff like that. So there's those of us in the community, and I guess I'm joining that part of the community that like to talk about what shaders she has, just because we never know which one of you might not have them. And again, this is all Glimmer stuff, so this is all in-game currency. You don't need real money to get Glimmer. You just earn it by doing things in the game. And you use Glimmer for things like buying bounties. It's part of like the other material purchasing and stuff like that. So
I will be right back, Black.
Okay. So you're going to 801. 801 can be found in the annex. Now, if you're not familiar with what the annex is over here where the drifter is as well. So you can see drifters right there. There is a load point landing zone that you can do it, but I'm going from the main area because I'm doing things the hard way. Sue me. So we're going over here. So we got a Valkyrie Zero shader from Season of the Worthy. So another rare one. So you can take a look. We've got Kairos Black, which is from Curse of Osiris. Also rare. Then we got War Cult Scheme from Warmind. Now, sidebar, how Bungie have made 3 distinctly different Rasputin seasonal icons is kind of dope. I'm remembering them as trippy. Also, 801 has this week the Red Moon Phantom grips. I think Titan will be Mimetic Savior, and I forget the name of the Warlock set, but these were back in the day PlayStation exclusive. They are no longer PlayStation exclusive, and it looks like they were reissued in Season of the Chosen. So this is the iteration of those armor. So you can always cop them if you want to get them unlocked to you, then added to your collection. So they're an option to unlock in Transmog. Looking at the roles here, there's nothing really to write home about. Looks like the chest is good. Cloak of 5 Full Moons. Red Moon Phantom Mask. That's actually not too bad of a roll, but again, none of these are really something to scream home about. I can totally use black and orange on everything now. Nice. Let's find Zur. Let's find Zur before we get into everything else. Let's find Zur. So
I'm back.
Welcome back. Zur is on Nessus. His inventory is very meh this weekend. Is it? Okay. Well, we'll go. We'll show the people what he got and everything. Just so folks know. He's got a good grid skipper for PvP. Okay, cool. Cool. We'll take a look at that. Again, guys, full transparency here. I'm not really the best versed on roles. I know the roles I look for and the perks I look for, and I actually plan to do a video on certain perk synergies and combinations and stuff. But again, my goal with all my content is just to give it to you straight, average player, right? But Zur, when you go to Nessus and Zur is on Nessus, you're going to want to load into the Watcher's Grave landing zone. And as you can see, there's already Guardians gathered there. But come up, he's going to be up this tree here. And I just missed that fucking jump. There we go. Fuck. God damn it. Okay. There's another way to get around this tree then, I guess. How the fuck? Okay. I'm not putting Stompies on for this. Okay, there we go. Alright, Zur, my guy. Or person. Thing. I don't know what you are. I just know your will isn't your own. And you gotta face so many women love. And men. It's a face for sitting. I said it. I hope Cole's proud of me. Okay. So, what do we got? So for exotics, we got a Darcy. This is actually a pretty good exotic sniper. So I definitely, look, I'll be honest with you. Any exotic weapon that he has that you don't have in your collection, just buy it. Just get it. It's some legendary shards. Just trust me on this. Just get it. You never know. There's always exotic reworks and everything. So just cop it. Okay? Cop it. You know, if y'all want me to actually do videos on individual exotics, just how they work, not necessarily the synergy with builds and stuff like that, but just how the exotics work. So you let me know, because I will do that. But yeah, just if Zur has an exotic, just get it. All right. For hunters, got the Young Ahamkara Spine. Young Ahamkara Spine is specifically for trip mine builds. Its actually roll is actually pretty good on it. I do know that stat rolls, depending on the division of the stats. You know, we talked about this before. You definitely want to be looking more towards resilience, your resilience and recovery numbers. And of course, if you're a hunter, something with high mobility doesn't really hurt as well. But this actually isn't a pretty bad roll. Generally, you want a stat roll of 60 or higher. But of course, like I said, you want to be mindful of how the stats are divided. Top three stats being the priority, especially with resilience and recovery. Then for Titans, we got the ACD/0 feedback fence. I do believe this is actually. I was about to say, thank you, Corey. This is actually getting reworked next season, so I definitely would pick these up. I mean, it's a good stat roll, but obviously there's no resilience. But if you got a Titan build that actually has some decent resilience already, you can get this. You know, obviously it's up in strength and recovery. Strength is good for Titans because obviously there's a lot of melee focused builds for Titans, so having high strength actually for Titans is not a bad thing. Lastly, and this is actually a melee exotic, so case in point. Lastly, we got Apotheosis Veil. This for warlocks. That recovery is kind of sexy, but everything else isn't. So, but again, recovery is the class trait. This is the trait for warlocks that governs their class ability. So
that's definitely an interesting role.
You got shame the exotic is ass. I don't do it. I don't use it.
Getting reworked though.
But apparently, yeah, I think it is getting reworked. We'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, again, I'm always going to advise to purchase exotics, right? If you're new to the game, exotic armor pieces, you'll find what you like to play with, right? And obviously there's a ton of build videos out there. There's definitely preferred exotics and stuff, but add this shit to your collections. It's worth it. like case in point, there's reworks coming next season, so um, things are always getting reworked, retuned, and everything like that. So you never know which is going to be the breakout star when it comes to exotic weapons and exotic armor. So you definitely want to at least have it in your collection. So even if you don't use it, you end up deleting it because the roll is terrible. You never know when you might need to actually just randomly pull that shit out of collections to see what it do. And once it's in your collections, then you can, you have a better chance of like targeting it for a farm. Think there is like crafting now with Rahul, but hey, let's look at the legendaries he has. Whispering Slab, which is a combat bow. Got Archer's Tempo, and Swashbuckler. It's a lightweight frame bow. This is the Grid Skipper, which is a pulse rifle. Actually, isn't too bad. It's killing when snapshot sights. Okay. And it's a void. So if, I always say you should have at least one of three, right? You should have a diverse amount of weapons, and match game's not a thing anymore, so it's this less priority of having one of each. I personally like having one of each element if I can, but again, definitely want something with a decent roll. We got Enigma's Draw, which is a sidearm. It's precision framed. It's got Grave Robber and Swashbuckler. I think that's an okay roll. We got Tripwire Canary. Perfect float and opening shot. I feel like this roll is terrible.
No, but if you have any of those red border things in the season, wasn't that craftable?
Yes.
So if you
It
don't
was,
have
but
the pattern completed, you can still use those red border things to get them.
yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna want to burn them all for it, which I actually probably should start using that shit, since I have the opportunity to get them all.
Depends on how many you need.
I haven't used my first one, so I need to do that. I haven't used my first one, yo. Okay, Ikelos. Got the Ikelos Sniper, no distractions, box breathing. Box breathing is a generally good perk for snipers. So is no distractions. So we're gonna give that an endorsement. I want to pick this up. There's better rolls, of course, but it no longer actually drops right now. That will be changing next season, I believe, because I think this weapon, along with other Season of the Seraph weapons, will be part of the loot pools for the exotic mission rotators, which we'll talk about that. Recurrent Impact, which is from Season of the Risen. Firmly planted in Headstone. Headstone is a generally great perk for stasis builds, but this roll is kind of doo-doo. Headstone is beneficial. Firmly planted, I'm not really too sure about that perk. That's a perk I kind of stay away from, so I don't really know how it works. So I don't want to say yay or nay. I just, this particular roll isn't something to write home about. Lastly, Gnawing Hunger. Auto-loading holster, multi-kill clip. Not great, not terrible, and it's a good auto rifle. I still have my arrivals roll of this, and the it is a auto rifle from Season of Arrivals. I think it was initially introduced in Season of the Drifter. Don't get it twisted, but it got brought back in Season of Arrivals. Kind of busted. So, lastly, the armor sets. Let's take a look at these. The armor rolls are kind of terrible. Yeah. A good rolled Hunger Shreds. Yeah, it does. And that roll is actually pretty nice. So armor set, again, obviously this is more of a cosmetic thing. If you want to get some armor that is no longer dropping at the moment, this is the Tusk Allegiance set, which is the set that came with Season of the Risen. So Zura's got that. So if you want to cop it to unlock it in your collections, go right ahead. Lastly, we got exotic weapons. We got Hawk Moon and we got Dead Man's Tail. Dead Man's fourth time is actually pretty good. Fourth times is a perk that Corey, explain fourth times for me, please. think 4 times the charm is if you land a certain amount of precision shots, then you get 2 in the chamber added. If I recall
You could
correctly.
just land. I'm gonna teach you something.
You could help me. You could help me
You
is
could
what you could
press
do.
triangle.
I know, but you could help me.
You
All
can
right,
also
we'll
press
go. We'll go.
triangle.
We'll go. So, yeah, and goddamn, this is a beautiful scout rifle. Just all right. So 4th time's the charm is rapidly landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine. Okay, so I was right. But the reason why this is good specifically for Dead Man's Tale is because it's exotic perk right here. This exotic perk or intrinsic trait is the bread and butter of exotics, and Dead Man's Tale has an exotic perk that says chaining precision hits grants bonus target acquisition and range. And if I recall correctly, doesn't this shit doesn't cranial spike actually do additional damage too, or no?
I think so.
Um, oh,
But also, it's not
but,
supposed to
but
be craftable next season.
It is. But it also has a catalyst which removes the hip fire accuracy penalties and increases the rate of fire from the hip. Stacks of cranial spike increase hip rate of fire further. So that's the catalyst. But yeah, so I would say pick up this role, but it will be craftable next season, and there will be the exotic mission Reputator, and that particular exotic mission is the first up next week. So don't gotta pop these. Move on target on Hawk Moon. Again, add it to your collections. You know, like I said, I'm always gonna endorse picking up exotic weapons when they're available, because you never know when you might need it. Obviously, I'm going to try to condense down stuff as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of links below for the stuff I'm talking about. I'll start with the state of the game update earlier this week on Monday or Tuesday, I believe. Joe Blackburn released a 15-minute video discussing things that were talked about in the state of the game and some updates to it. I'll link my original video, and then I'll also link the article that Bungie put out about Joe Blackburn's video, because it actually has a written breakdown of everything that he talked about in the video. So that'll be more digestible for you there. But they also released a Dev Insights blog post about exotic reworks and ability tuning that will be coming next season. So the TLDR, there's going to be some nerfs to Strand, which we knew it was coming. I'm glad that we got to use Strand almost practically untouched, really, for a whole year. You know, I'm glad they kind of let us just kind of run wild with it. But it's definitely time to bring it a little bit more in line. Now, what do we got next? I'm gonna relax here for a second. So we talked about the Dev Insights. We talked about exotic reworks, and that. So that's gonna. Point of note. Also got some great news. Keith David will be taking over the role of Commander Zavala. If y'all don't know who Keith David is a very talented actor and voice actor who's been around for a very long time. He's been on a lot of movies, TV shows, and everything. And his voice work, some of his notable voice work was Goliath from Gargoyles. I guess I'm giving away a little bit of my age there, but some of you folks in the gaming world might know him as the Arbiter from Halo. So yeah.
Defend Burger Town.
So I'm actually really excited. I know there was some, there was the rumor mill stuff of like, oh, they're gonna do AI, and or are they gonna kill him off and stuff. So it was really nice that they're going the direction of giving the role to someone else that also respects and appreciates the work that Lance did in bringing the character to life. And Keith David actually released a video, introducing himself to fans and introducing himself to the community and saying he was glad to be a part of it, and was looking forward to continuing Lance's work and keeping the character's integrity and sense of family. So I'm really excited to hear the dialogue that he's worked on for the series, and I'm glad that the character will continue on. Death is always an interesting thing in Destiny, but I'm glad that they don't have to sidetrack any plans or rush any sort of story beats to kind of accommodate for that. They just, handled it in a very tasteful way, and that's cool. So there was a season 22 weapons preview released as well. Again, going to link it below. But the usual. Meta shifting stuff. Archetypes and sub-families getting some tweaks and everything. So if you want to read up on that, that'll be there. They are adding a new deliveries kiosk in the tower between Banshee 44 and Rahul. So that'll be a kiosk specifically to get things like bungie rewards, digital deluxe and collector's edition loot, secret stash items, pre-order bonuses, and more. So I think that's cool. So that way, they don't have to kind of apply it to a character or anything like that. I don't know if that's saving them work on the back end or creating more, but quality of life updates are always good. For the most part, I think anytime they implement things into the game that's going to make our lives easier, as far as acquisitions and stuff, it is a good move. Okay, I think we can wrap this up with the artifact perks preview. I think that's all I got left as far as update stuff goes. So we'll go into the artifacts perks preview. First column got first column is always the most of the anti-champion perks. And as you know, it's no longer artifact mods, it's artifact perks. I'm pretty sure I said artifact mods beforehand, but it's artifact perks now. But first column is anti-barrier auto rifle, piercing bowstring, which will be strong against barrier champions, unstoppable scout rifle, overload hand cannon, unstoppable fusion rifle. So I know 1K is going to be out in full force next season, and it's going to be insane. 1K and Vex Mythic class represent. Your time has finally come back. Alright, so next column got Arc and Strand Siphon, Solar Strand Siphon, and Void Strand Siphon. Now, what this does is basically it combines those siphon mods into one, which helps with build craft. Then you got Origin Perk Specialization 1, which greatly improves the benefits provided by the Head Rush, Nanotech Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and Redacted Origin traits. I don't know what Head Rush is for, by the way. I genuinely don't know what Head Rush is for. I haven't been paying attention. So, is that for this new shit that we got? No, I think this new shit is Unsated Hunger. Yeah, new shit is Unsated Hunger. So, I don't know what Head Rush is, so I imagine that's probably new for next season. But then you got Diviner's Discount, which all scavenger mods are discounted. Scavenger mods are mods for the legs that help with ammo. So all of those mods will be discounted if you use them. So that's good news. And now here's where things get a little bit interesting. So in the third column, we got Thanatic. Thanatotic Tangles. I'm gonna just say Thanatotic. That's not how it's spelled, but that's the best way I can pronounce it. Thanatotic Tangles. Strand weapon final blows will have a chance to generate a tangle. Cool. Origin perk specializations 2. Weapons with the head rush. Still don't know what that origin trait is or where it's from. Nanotech tracer rockets, unsated hunger, and redacted origin traits are always overcharged when that modifier is active. Then we got some new stuff. We got some new shit, y'all. We got elemental orbs. Now for void elemental orbs, that artifact perk states that while using a void subclass, void weapon final blows have a chance to spawn a void elemental orb. Void orbs can be thrown to create a void explosion that makes enemies it damages volatile. That's going to be a problem, because if I throw my void build on with my Gerfalcons and I'm going invis and coming out of it with void kills, making people volatile, that's going to give me void weapon kills, and it's going to drop void orbs, and I'm going to throw that bitch and make motherfuckers volatile. And then I'm going to repeat the cycle all over again, because I'm going to be a menace. Night Stalkers represent. Okay? But that's not it. That's not it. Got elemental orbs, arc. While using an arc subclass, arc weapon final blows have a chance to spawn an arc elemental orb. Arc orbs can be thrown to create an arc explosion that jolts targets it damages. Menace! I'm gonna be a straight troll on these enemies, okay? And then we got elemental orb solar. While using a solar subclass, solar weapon final blows have a chance to spawn a solar elemental orb. And solar orbs can be thrown to create a solar explosion that scorches targets it damages. I will put on my Stetson and my young Ahamkara spine and blow shit to pieces. It's going to be a problem. There will be non-stop explosions. This shit right here is going to be beyond dumb when it goes crazy. And y'all know us. Bungie, you can't give us no shit like this. You can't give us no shit like this and act and think we're gonna have good sense. Y'all know the builds that's gonna come behind this. I'm a little beside myself, but I'm very excited, if you couldn't already tell. Fourth column, overload machine guns. Uninterrupted fire from your equipped machine gun stuns unshielded combatants. And it's strong against overload champions, but it says it in the title. I don't know why I read that. You get overload machine guns. And now instead of having to rely on Thunderlord, you can just slap on any LMG you got. Alright? Elemental Fury. While stunned, champions take bonus damage from your abilities and elemental orb damage. Again! Elemental orbs. My builds. I'm going to be a problem. Champions is going to be like, what the fuck? What did they hit me with? It's bad enough we can suspend them with Strand. Okay?
You said it right the first time.
Yes, but I did not like the way I said it. But it's bad enough we can suspend them with Strand. You mean to tell me that someone can have a Strand build and suspend a champion, and then I'm going to be sitting there with a Void Orb like... It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a fucking problem, okay? I ain't lying. It's people aren't gonna know how to act, and the videos is gonna be crazy. Um, Communal pickups. When an ally destroys or picks up your Tangle or Elemental Orb, the Tangle cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds, and you gain bonus damage with weapons matching your subclass for 10 seconds. Seems pretty far for the course when they introduce stuff like that. They always introduce something that synergizes, and obviously throughout the year, throughout the year when they introduce new subclasses, they tend to have a lot of synergy with the new subclass because they want to promote play with the new subclass, but also have synergy with the old stuff. So, seems interesting. We'll see how it goes. Then you got refreshing pickups. Picking up a Tangle or Elemental Orb grants energy to your least powered ability. I ain't mad at it, because again, synergy. Synergy is when things are working together. You got everything going in a flow, which makes the play much more fun. And again, I'm going to be a fucking menace.
Okay, back up to the mic, my guy.
Then we got Semi-Auto Striker. If you have fewer than 2 stacks of armor charge, rapid precision shots with bows, snipers, and scout rifles generate an armor charge. That's probably not what I'm going to pick in that column, but I ain't mad at it, right? Final column, Monochromatic Maestro, which is defeating elemental ability. I've said that shit all wrong. Monochromatic Maestro. Dealing elemental ability damage increases matching weapon damage. And elemental weapon damage increases matching ability damage. Bonus granted is 10% for 5 seconds. Y'all are dirty! Y'all are dirty! How you gonna have Monochromatic Maestro and then have elemental orbs? I know you content creators out there is going to be like, oh, Grandmaster too easy, Master Lost too easy. Look, shut up. Let us have this. This is crazy. This is going to be nuts. Finally, Neo Muna will be a cakewalk. Finally. Let us have this, okay? Bungie, keep doing this. I want you to keep doing this. They want it too. They just don't know it yet. Rapid Fire Ranger. Rapid precision hits made from long range weaken the target. It was good. It was good. Elemental Embrace. Actually, that Rapid Fire Ranger is actually going to be pretty good for GMs. Actually, probably. Now, Elemental Embrace. Subclass elemental buffs grant you bonus recovery and damage resistance against combatant attacks of the matching element type. I feel like I don't need to. I feel like I don't. This synergy they got with these perks is insane, and it's going to be nutty. And I like when Destiny gets nutty. Destiny to me is in the best place when it's nutty and stupid. Elemental munitions. Combatant final blows with tangles or elemental orbs have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo. Amen. That's all I got for that one. That's icing on the cake for me. And frenzied stacks. You started talking about frenzy, I started thinking about Elden Ring, and I had to make sure I have no demigods and shit in here, because Melania, Blade of Mikola. Nope. No summon symbols on the floor. Okay, I'm good. Frenzied stacks. Your armor charges grant bonus damage to your thrown tangles, elemental orbs. Your armor charge now decays over time. Bro, what are you? That's for you, Bungie. That's for you. Because this shit is about to be nuts. Okay? This shit's about to be crazy. I'm excited. I will admit I did not read this in great detail before today. So, I kind of glazed over it and I was like, oh, cool. But now, like, I actually had a chance to break it down and I'm like, this is dope. But yeah, that is the updates. That is the updates for everything. I'm linking the TWAB from this week, as well as the dev insights, weapon previews, artifact perk previews. All that stuff will be linked down in the video below. I'm going to do my best to have timestamps for everything. So, yeah. For those of you that have been watching live on stream, I thank you for indulging me. This is probably going to be the best way for me to do videos like this for the YouTube. So I appreciate you being here and being patient while I get that done and taken care of. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope this format is consumable and dope. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been consumable for you. If you like this particular format where I'm doing it over stream as opposed to just scripting it out, let me know. Any feedback you have whatsoever on this video, other ones I got, always appreciate it. Leave a comment and I will do my best to read it, reply to it. If you found the video informative and everything, please give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit, but it does go a long way in helping the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lost Angel of Havoc. See you next time. Same late time, same late channel.